So before the break, we were looking at something called point style, point label style. Now, and we also said that how to access the point style and point label style for one specific point group is by going to the tool space, clicking on the point group, right click, go to properties, and choose one of those existing style. So I think there is a question, which is, I guess it's a very valid question, which is, what, Tahir, what if those styles, we have here probably more than 20 point styles, and also in here probably we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8. So we have 8 point label style. The question is, which is a very valid question, what if those styles, my target style, it doesn't exist, whether for the point or for the label. So again, I'm gonna give you the answer. The answer is, if you want to create any style you like, any style you like, with any combination, with any color, with anything you wish, you can do that. The Civil 3D can be customizable to whatever you like. I'll start here with a very simple. I'm not gonna make it difficult in the beginning. I'll make it very simple. Let's say you want to create a map, and on the map, the client is wanting elevation of some points with 3 decimal places. 3 decimal places. Now I'm asking you, looks like when we drop the menu, big elevation only, hit apply, this is what we get. We get 87.93, 88.24, and this means we're looking at 2 decimal places, not 3, which means to the centimeter level. And sometimes for some application, I need more than a centimeter level. I want to look at the millimeter level. Now, am I able to do that? Am I able to customize and do more than that? The answer is yes, you can. And I'm going to give you an exercise here where you can simply change all and customize everything about the elevation only. So I will make it a little bit difficult, okay? So I will, for example, say, you know what? Let's make it 3 decimal places. So that's my target. Number 2, let's make it blue. Right now, the color of the text is just red. So I'm not happy with the red, because let's say I want to make it heavy using the bin assignment or the block style. So I want to make it blue. In addition to, I want to rotate the elevation by 45 degrees. And let's say I want to add meters. Okay, so I want to see 87.932, and then add meter to my text. You know what? I will show you this, and I think that's enough. Will give you the idea, and you can expand my discussion to whatever you like. Okay, so what happens here? If I drop this menu, looks like this style that I'm targeting does not exist. So all you have to do is, my advice for you is, start from a close one, a style that very close to your target, your final target style. The reason why I'm asking to be close, because simply it minimizes your customization. For example, let's say I want to start from here, for example, from everything, like let's say point elevation, the point number, elevation description. You can see it will take more steps and more time to customize it to show elevation only with those predefined conditions. So hopefully this makes sense for you. Please choose the nearest one to minimize the amount of your change or customization. Next is, please watch this. Very, very important. I come here, I drop this menu. Not on the first arrow, but on the second arrow. And guess what? It gives me a different option. I'll show you what do we have here. We have here create new. We have copy current selection. We have create a child. We have edit current. We have pick from the drawing. You know what? I'm going to talk briefly about those options. Creating a new, it means new. It means from scratch. It means you're going to build your style from scratch, and it takes more customization. So I don't really recommend you to do that, because as I said, we chose a very close style to start with, and I want to do a minimum customization. And so I go copy current selection. And copy current selection, what it does from the name, it copies whatever currently selected for you to work and play with, which means it will make a copy of the elevation only, and you will play with the copy. Then finally, edit current selection. So what happens here is really you will go ahead and edit this the current selection, which means elevation only. I'll give you my input on this one. I typically never do new because it's more work. I typically don't do edit because simply I am going to change this elevation only forever in this drawing. I typically go ahead and say copy current selection. The reason why I say copy, because it still keeps the elevation only and gives me a copy that I can rename and I can change forever. Copy current selection. This is the way to go. Okay, so look at this, please. So I said copy, and this is what I got. I got label style composer. And you can see here by default, because it's a copy from elevation only, the software call it elevation only copy. Bad name. I will come here, I will say, you know what? So this will be 3 decimal, and I'm going to say blue. I'm going to say R45. So I'm trying to give a good name for my style. In the future, at least I would know what the function of this style is. Okay? So let me ask you, test you. What if I hit OK right now? Let me test you. What if I hit OK right now? Any help?
You'll
right
just have
now.
a duplicate. You'll get a duplicate of the same file with a different name.
Exactly, sir. Thank you so much. So what happens here if you hit OK right now is what happens is you simply have the same functionality of the style. So it will still be red. It will be still 2 decimal places. It will be still, without the M. And that's why changing the name doesn't change the function. However, changing the name is also important. And that's why we do it at first. So the first thing we do is change name. Then now time to change the function of the style. So which means you can see here under this tab here, there is nothing more you can do. It shows you when this was created and description. That's it. However, you have to move to a different tab. So we go to layout tab. Under layout tab, you can do all the changes that I am planning for, okay, or shooting for, okay? I'll give you a minute here. You scroll this down here, and if you're following me right now, please do that. Scroll down and take a minute. Get yourself familiar of what you can change for this style. Take a minute, please. Okay, so now really what I want you to do is to, when you take a look at the what you can change here, there's something right away you can figure it out. For example, the color. Right now the color is set to by layer. However, if I click here once, you will see I get something called color palette. And if I click on color palette, it opens for me standard CAD color palette, which means get all the colors you wish. Okay. And remember, my target is I need blue. So if you click here on blue, so this is how you change the color into blue. Something very important. Please look at this on the right side here. There is a preview panel. And this preview, it tells you what your label will look like if you hit apply, before you hit apply. Very handy, very nice. So you can see it went from red to blue. Okay. Is there anything I can change here? For example, remember, if you look at my target, I'm asking for 45 degrees rotation. Right now, the rotation is 0 degrees. So let's go ahead and type in here 45. Once you move your cursor to any other cell, what happens here is you can see the elevation has been rotated by 45 degrees. There are some stuff here you can do. For example, you can offset if you wish. You can shift this text here by certain amount. Right now, the offset is 0 in X and the offset in Y is 0. However, if you want to push the text a little bit further to the right or to the left, you can add here some numbers. But that's not included in this demo here. Let's go to the next one. Remember, if you took a note of what is my target style, there are a couple of things I need to do. Can anybody remind me of what those two things? If you're taking notes, I said it will be blue, it will be rotated by 45 degrees, and then it will have a meter at the end. So we write elevation followed by a meter, and then we need 3 decimal places. Okay, now I'm gonna go and show you right now on how to change the decimal places and also how to add a letter meter at the very end, which is a tricky one. So please, wake up. If you sleep, wake up now. I'll show you how to do that. To change the content, we have to go into the contents cell. So under text, there is a content cell, and on the right here, we click. So when you click once to the far right, there is here a button that has 3 dots. Go ahead and open this button. Okay, so you can see here, this is what I get. And I know it's not very easy to understand what you see right now. That is called text component editor. Now you can see here, I'm gonna mark it for you so you guys can see. When you mark this, sometimes the thing is very simple, point elevation, and then UM, P2, RN, AP, SN, OF. I doubt that any one of you understand what does it mean. However, I can tell you in simple terms, those UM and P2 and RN, those are parameters controlling the appearance of the content. Okay, for example, it controls the how many decimal places, and it's here. P2 is here, which means precision 2. It means show me 2 decimal places. Let me show you on how to change that. Number 1, on your keyboard, please mark this text and hit delete. Mark and hit delete. Clear it out. Now I have a question for you. What if I hit OK right now? What this is gonna do? Now, if I hit OK, no further action. If I clear, and hit OK, can you guess what is going to happen?
Showing nothing.
Exactly, because simply you have emptied the content of this placeholder. So it's empty right now. However, what I want to do is I need to fill here with some point elevation, and you can see point elevation is here, but those are the parameters that we want to change. Let me ask you, do we need to change the units? We need to make it feet, for example, or mile or kilometer? No, still in meters. Do I need to change the precision? Right now it says 0.01. It means show me 2 decimal places. So what you have to do is you click here, you go to 3 decimal places, and you keep going on the list. Do I need to change anything else? If no, then great. If yes, keep going. And I think what my target style is, I need to only change my precision. Also, if you are interested, you can go to the format where you can change color, font. Right now, it's kind of an ugly font, to be honest. Like Simplex is very ugly. It's very thin, slim. I can make it, for example, as Roman C, huh? Roman C. Okay, so let's say Roman C. Okay, then I can make it bold, underline, italic, you know, all of that, huh? Just like WinWord. Then finally, when you're happy with all these combination, finally, which is the tricky part. Remember, yes, I've done the change, but the right side is still empty. How can I fill the right side with all those parameters? Can anybody guess? It's very intuitive, huh? Can anybody guess what to do to populate this side here with all these combinations?
Press apply.
There is no
Okay.
apply, there is okay, and okay again, okay, it means you're accepting this as empty. However, it's here.
Import text?
No, it's here. Do you see this arrow which I'm circling my cursor around? this arrow here, all you have to do is click on this arrow. When you click on this arrow, what it does, it simply takes all those parameters and fill the right side. Please take your time, read one more time. Please read. Point elevation, so the units are in meter, and the precision is 3. It means 3 decimal place. Now and only now you can hit OK. So please take a note, which is very common mistake is once you change, you never do the copy. So please delete, change your parameters, and then make sure that you copy everything using this arrow here. Finally, let's hit OK. And I want you guys to read and look at the preview. Look at the preview. Okay? So how many decimal places you see? 3, which means I have done it. However, I kind of miss one thing, which is my intention is to make my style to have a meter at the end. So it should read 100.000 m for meter, which is, I'll go back to the same place again. We'll open this one and simply watch this, please, which is very tricky and nice. So all you have to do is you go after the end of the bracket and then you type M. So what happens here, from here to there, this is dynamic. It will change from one point to another point. How about this M? This M is a static, so which means every elevation will have the letter M at the end. Okay, so hit OK, and you can see right now on the preview 100.000 m. Hit OK, and then hit OK one more time. Okay, and we'll wait, and you will see the styles have changed. I'm asking you, am I done? Yes, you're done. Look at all the elevations. So it's blue. It is 3 decimal places. It's rotated by 45 degrees, and we have the M at the very, very end. Okay, so we have done it. We're able to customize. And remember, from this point on, I can go back anytime. Go back to properties, and you drop the menu, and what you see is whatever you created still exists in this drawing forever. So if I create 3, 4, 10 more styles, they will be available in this drawing forever. Okay. Now, let's try to do the same thing for points, because I guess it's the same thing. You can see here, I'm able to customize and create my own point label style, and I will show you immediately. I'll show you how to play and exchange to a new point style if the point style that you desire is not available under or coming from Civil 3D. So if it's coming from Civil 3D, fine, great, amazing. You take the tree, hit OK, apply. You take the benchmark and hit apply. What if you want to present the points in a way, and this way or this graphics does not exist in this list? Okay, so probably you guess by now that yes, I can do that. I can simply customize and build my own point style. Are you following? Do you have any questions so far? I haven't answered the question for some of you ask, can I do more customization? Please be patient, because maybe we can touch it this class and maybe we can touch it next class. But there is more to customization in my class. Okay? Any questions so far? Any questions so far? Please try to give me some feedback. If you think that I'm going very fast or very slow, try to give me some feedback. I will not be offended. I just want you to be interested in my class. Okay, so the time now is to show you how to build your own point style. However, your own point style, we need to go a different way. So I'm going to go away a little bit from my data here. And I will show you right now how to build your own point style. First of all, what you have to do is you need to have the graphics available for you. For example, I'm going to come up with a kind of a fake, for this presentation or this demo, I'll come up with kind of a weird graphics. Ultimately, I want to make it a point style. Watch this, please. And don't get excited about what I will do, because this is nothing more than CAD skills. So let's say I will do a circle, and the circle radius is 1 meter. Okay, and simply I will do a line from the center of the circle. I will go up for, let's say, 3 meters or 2 meters. Okay, and let's say I will do here another circle at the end of this line here. I will make the radius 0.5 meter. Again, don't get excited. All I'm doing is just using CAD scales to draw my symbol. I will also trim in here, trim this line. I will also, add here some hatch. Let's say I will hatch this one here, and I will change the color to red. Okay, and I will make it this, let's say, be edit. I will make this guy here a little bit wider. Let's say 0.25. Okay, so again, I'm trying to come up with any weird graphics that Civil 3D doesn't have. Are you following? Okay.
Yes.
Now, I will simply try to create a new style from this graphics here. So hopefully by now you understand that there is a step, and the step is draw whatever you like. Whatever you want to turn into a new point style, you need to draw this thing first. And remember, we are in 2020. And what does it mean 2020? It means you don't have to draw this from scratch, because simply you can download lots of free resources from the internet. Maybe your company has those blocks already. The thing is, I need this thing in my drawing. Whether you draw it from scratch, whether you download from the internet, I need this thing in my drawing. Whatever. If it's already ready for you, then use it. If it's not ready, so please do take your time and draw this thing on your CAD. Everyone is clear? So it means if it doesn't exist, use your CAD scales to draw this thing. If you have downloaded from internet or maybe part of your company library, then bring it in. The next step after you whether draw or bring it in or download, doesn't matter, you turn this into a block. Step number 2, which you have to do it, you must do it, then turn into block. And you guys know what does mean block in AutoCAD. Block, it means grouping. We're grouping so many CAD elements into one entity. Grouping many CAD elements into one CAD entity. That's called block. Look at this, please. Watch this. So right now, this is a circle, and this is a polyline, and this is another circle, and this is a hatch, which means how many? I have total of 4 elements, 4 AutoCAD elements. When I create a block, I will group them into one block, one element, and I will give it a name. Watch me, please. I'm going to show you right now and remind you on how to create a block using CAD. Not Civil 3D, huh? CAD. To create a block, we on our keyboard, we hit letter B. Huh? So when you hit letter B, this is a short for block, and you get this dialog box. I'll give you some time to look at this dialog box. Block definition. Block definition. Here is, please, very important, and it's a very common source of errors. Okay? Please follow exactly what I will say. Number 1, you must give it a name. You must give the block a name. And please don't call it block 1, block 2, block 3, block 4, block 5. You guys know why, huh? It doesn't mean anything. For example, if I'm trying to make this thing to represent electrical post, just like a tree, or I can, for example, say electric post. Okay, as simple as that, because simply anyone will know what does it mean, electrical post. So that's a name, number 1. Number 2, very important, is where are the objects? So you can see here on this section here, objects. You can go ahead, which says select object. You click on it, and simply when you click on select object, the menu or the dialog box will disappear, allowing you to pick whatever you like. Here we go. And you can see 4 found. Read this, please. 4 found, which is a circle, a hatch, and polyline. Guys, what happens when we finish selection AutoCAD? What do we do?
Click enter.
Thank you. We hit enter. So when I hit enter, it took me back to block definition, where you can see, look at the bottom, top right. So you can see that's the graphics right now. And it says here, 4 objects selected. Here is one common mistake that most of my students, they will do. They forget about the last step, which is this here, which is base point. Right now, the base point is 0, 0, 0, and creates a problem because there is a big shift between the 0, 0, 0 and where I handle my block. So last step, and I can tell you there are many, they forget about this. So please take a note. Don't do that. Don't just give a name, select object, and hit OK. Last is go ahead and say big point, and this will be the base point of your block. Now, let's do that. Now, guys, here we go. Now, I want to pick one point on this block where the software will deal with this block from. Okay, it's called base point. Now, I want you to understand what this guy is. So this is the column of the electrical post, and this is the light bulb. Okay, now, where should I pick my base point? Should I pick it here or there or here? Really, the answer is, it means where did I place my rod when I did the survey? Okay, and I know some of you, if you have done some experience, you'll tell me, you know what? I put my prism on the perimeter of the electrical post, and because there is no way for me to place it on the center. Maybe if it's a manhole, yes. If it's a manhole, I can place my rod on the center. You know what? This is kind of a difficult discussion. And you know, just for now, please just think about it this way. I will place my base point here at the center of my column. And I know if you have experience, you will kind of oppose me and say, no, this is not where I added my prism. This is not where I get my XYZ. Okay? Please, if you have this question, come see me and I'll show you. In Total Station, we have a way to solve this problem. So although I'm placing my prism on the perimeter of the column, however, I can still find the XYZ of the center of the column. Just come and see me and I'll show you how. I don't want to make things complicated because now it's discussion about Civil 3D. Okay? So here we go. I will pick this as my base point. And you can see, look at the number. The base point is not 0, 0 anymore. It is the center of the column. Now we're done. So let me remind you, a name, objects, and then finally, which is most important, is the base point. Then we're done. Then let's go ahead. I'm sorry, one more thing, please, very important. Make it annotative. Make it annotative. And also make it match the block orientation. If you did your first year drafting course, like Civil 201, like civil drafting, I know that you guys know the meaning of annotative. So annotative, it means the size of this block will it change depending on the scale of your drawing. Just like the text, probably you've seen this in the text. When you create a text style, you can make it static or you can make it annotative. So please ensure that everything is annotative. It is very handy because simply when I change my scale, the size of my block will vary depending on the scale of my drawing. Take a note, annotative, make things annotative. And we do that, by the way, for everything, dimension style or even text style, everything has to be annotative. So it varies depending on the scale of my drawing. Otherwise, if we keep it constant, it will either be too big or too small. Okay? Now, are you guys ready? So one more time to summarize: a name, select the object, base point, make things annotative, hit OK. And look at this, please. You can see right now, not really 4 elements, it's 1 element. To be honest, I don't need this guy at all. So I'm going to delete from my screen. Now it's time to create your new point style. Watch me, please. So I'm going to go ahead one more time to my tool space, to the point group. You can see it is selected, it's in blue. I'll take a right click. I'll go to properties. And now, watch this, please. So if I drop this menu, you can see there is nothing called electrical post. There is nothing, okay? And really my objective in this part is to add to these styles another style of my own that simply has this symbol. Watch this, please. In this one here, you can pick any point style because simply we're going to change it anyway. And I will go here and I have the same option to create new or copy current selection or edit current. As usual, I'll go ahead and say copy current selection. So it creates for me a copy of basic. Am I happy with this name? Should I leave it basic copy? Because remember, if you leave it basic copy, on the drop-down menu, it will say basic copy. Who knows that this is a basic copy? I will have to be clear. I'm gonna say electric post. Clear. So that's this symbol is for electrical post. Number two, you need to go to marker. And you can see right now, because I copied basic, you can see, look at the preview. You have the basic, which is very simple as red cross. What to do now? Look at this, please. Here there are few options. Number one, use AutoCAD point marker, and probably you know what this means. In AutoCAD, there are so many shapes of the point. Or you can use customized marker. We can see here, it is this one, which is the cross. It's selected, which I can go here. I can make it add circle, or can make also add box. Okay, or I can maybe add this, or you can do whatever you like. However, really, now I'm not going to use this option or this option. However, the last one is the best one, because simply the last one, it allows you to assign any block. It's called use AutoCAD block symbol for marker. So any block in this drawing can be used as a marker. You can see there is a huge list of blocks in this drawing. Now, do you guys remember what did we call our block that we defined a minute ago? We called it electrical post. So instead of you scrolling down and try to find and locate where is my block, it's as simple as place your cursor, please, then say E. Type in E. And when you type E, as usual, like in computer, it simply takes you quickly to electrical post. You can see once I choose electrical post, you can see on the preview, here is my preview. It simply shows you the symbol that I defined a minute ago. Okay, now also when it comes to the size, please ensure it is use drawing scale. And what this does is simply it scales your symbol up and down to still on every scale. It will always be 2.5 millimeter. It doesn't matter what's the scale. The software will do that on your behalf. Will make it big, will make it small, and then finally on your plotted drawing, it will only show as 2.5 mil. Again, this is something that probably you know from last year about annotative scales. So which means no matter what is the drawing scale, then it will show as always 2.5 mil height. We're done. Look at this, please. As soon as I hit OK, now you can see I drop the menu, and this is the new style that I have created. Let's try. I'm going to go ahead and hit OK, and please watch what is going to happen. Okay, watch this, please. So you can see I have here my style that I have built my own a few minutes ago. Okay. Now, in this class, what you have learned is I want you to take a summary, because that's very important. You need to understand what did I learn entire class today. You guys have learned the following. You have learned the structure of the files that Total Station produce. You also have learned on how to import the points on Civil 3D and how to take care of all the elements where you have to say, where is the file? What is the file format? You need to check the preview and add the points to a point group. Also, in today's class, you have learned how to change the point style and the point label style into some predefined existing style that comes with the Civil 3D. Also, in today's class, you learn how to customize and create your own point label style or even point style to your needs. This is what you're supposed to learn today. And I think now it's 11:42, and I don't want to start and giving you more information today. We will leave it for next class, but there is more to that. Probably I'll open the floor for questions if you have any. Any question for you guys before we finish this class? Okay, so looks like there is no question, but I have a very nice advice for you. And this advice you can apply it virtually on any of your classes. When we do things and train ourselves on the stuff that we had today with Tahir, today it's very easy. Tomorrow is more difficult. It takes more time. In 1 week, it becomes almost impossible, and it will take way more time. So my advice for you is, I know it took me 2 hours to teach you this class because I go into very, very small details. But I promise you, if you try to repeat and do whatever I done in my class today, I can tell you it can take probably 15 minutes. And simply it will stick with you for the entire semester. If you say, you know what, I will not do it today, I will do it before the assignment. I know you can still do that, but listen, you have to watch the video one more time, and probably you have to download the PDF, and it takes you more time. My advice for you is, please do it today. If you have time after the class, please go ahead and simply do a check. Do I know how to import the points? Yes. Do I know how to change the point style? Yes. Do I know how to change point label style? Yes. If you have finished all, then you're good to go. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thanks, you too.
Thank you.